Boom. All right. Happy Saturday. Good morning. Hope you guys are, staying safe. The weather is changing. The virus is running rampant. You guys stay safe. Thank you for jumping on. Excited to be training with Jimmy Lee and Donald this morning. We're training on the three-headed monster, you all. Setting appointments, going on appointments, and overcoming objections. This is by far the number one skill. Okay. And I talk about this all the time. The reason why I say that is because when you do an appointment, right, the first thing we talk about is excitement, right? We're already throwing the seed out there for referrals. Then we talk about value. We're throwing the seed out there for them to become a client. And then we talk about partnership. We're also throwing a seed out there for them to join our team. So setting appointments should be mastered. Going on appointments should be mastered. And most importantly, you got to overcome objections. Okay, so that's what we're going to talk about today. Yesterday, Shaq on the training, this is something that he wants all of us to master, right? So I tell this story a lot. When T and I came into the business, we were not married. We had one child. We had Ty, okay? And we needed to make money, right? Lisa Jones talked about being broke paycheck till Monday. She said, most of us didn't live paycheck till paycheck. We got paid on Friday and we were broke by Monday. Well, that was T and Shay. So when we came into Primerica, it was all about setting appointments. The weakness was recruiting. The strength was setting appointments. We had money on our mind. We did not think about recruiting. Now, don't do that. That is double dumb. Okay, don't do that, right? We were ignorant, right? We did not know that because when we first came in, we were so broke, we were so money focused. We didn't think about the recruiting, not understanding that recruiting, successful recruiting can lead to more appointments, right? So that's important. Successful recruiting can lead to more successful appointments. All right. So one of the things that we did was we set up that appointment. Well, Sheila set the appointment up when Shaq came and sat with us. That was a training appointment. So that's nugget number one. Have you sat with your trainer on an appointment, right? You got to believe in what you do. You have to be convicted. When you have that conviction, setting appointment is like riding a bike. Okay. So Shaq came and sat with T and I. And again, I had a whole life policy through Liberty Mutual. We had a whole life policy on our son through Gerber Life, and T didn't have anything, right? Completely ignorant, you all. We knew nothing about life insurance. So that appointment convicted us because we learned about whole life. We learned why the breadwinner at the time, which was T, needed to be properly protected and have adequate coverage. And our son was an income taker, not an income maker. Income taker, not an income maker. So we had a policy on Ty and nothing on my husband. Okay, so you got to be convicted. It convicted us and it ticked me off that that agent put me in a whole life policy, didn't even go over how much I needed. He asked me how much could I afford. I said $200 to $300, you all. That was my answer, $200 to $300. He put me in a policy, $250,000, $200 a month, whole life. I was severely underinsured. So that convicted me right there. I'm like, hold up. I know a lot of people with this policy. Why? Because I got it from my family members, right? My grandparents had whole life. My uncle had a whole life, right? My mom didn't have anything. So that convicted me, right? And then it's like going on appointments. You want to educate families. You want them to understand because lack of knowledge will have people in the wrong vehicle to transfer wealth in the event of a premature death. So you got to be convicted. When you're convicted, right, you're going to set an appointment. You're going to find a way because of that conviction, because of that passion, because of that concern to get people going so you can sit in front of them and educate them. Be in a right frame of mind, right? You can't be distracted when you're attempting to set an appointment. You got to stand up. You got to walk around. You got to get yourself pumped up. You got to do affirmations. You got to expect to set that appointment, right? And it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Stories. I have a ton of stories. I got another recent story that's added to my arsenal, right? One of our top Georgia agents, Sharzandra, one of her friends, 22 years old, passed away. 22. Z went back to see if she sent her a message to sit down with her. She did, but she was still blown because she didn't get a chance to sit with this 22-year-old who passed. So guess what? Guess what Z is doing now, right? Now she's talking to everybody, right? You got to have stories that help you set an appointment, because you don't want to be that person who didn't talk to someone who passes away, right? Because it's not if we pass away, it's when we pass away. So you got to have stories. I have a story for every age group. My mom, my uncle, right? Young people, 25 years old, my best friend at the time, her husband passed away, motorcycle accident, hit and run, 25, 22-year-old, right? So you got to have an arsenal of stories that help you and allow you to set these appointments. Those stories inspire, they encourage, they motivate me to set an appointment. Everybody has got to hear what you do. Now check this out. If they don't become a client, that's on them, right? Mute your phones for me, please. Another thing I say, it's like raising our son. He's 17, he's getting ready to leave to go to University of Maryland in January. We've done all we can. We've laid the foundation, right? We've planted seeds. Mute your phones, please. We've planted seeds. We've done everything that we can. Now it's time for him to go fly like an eagle. God bless him. It's the same thing with these clients. Once we sit down with you and we educate you, we show value. What you do with it is on you. We've done our part. That's why you got to set an appointment. You cannot be a silent agent, right? Why are you calling them, asking them to help you? You need their help. So you got to take it all off of them and put it on you with your stories, with your conviction, with your excitement, with your encouragement, with your inspiration. I need your help. This will really help me out, right? I'm in the process of getting licensed. I just got my license. I'm perfecting my presentation, right? These are all the things, the arsenal that you have to have in order to set these appointments, you all, right? You've got to want people to be motivated to come and sit with you, motivated to help you, motivated to hear the information. These things are important because one of them is going to hit. Something is going to hit and be like, you know what? I will sit with you, right? The Eric Davis last week when he sat with us, he said one of his friends, ex-coworkers, I think it was, gave him a call and she was attempting to sell him life insurance. Boop, he hung up in her face. She was throwing up on him. She was giving him too much information. Tanya Post said, nah, call him back. Call him back. Called him back. She said, do me a favor. See, she took it all off of him and put it on her. Do me a favor. Set the appointment, came on appointment, got him recruited over 900,000. He'll get there. I think he's at 970,000 right now. He'll get the million. He'll cross over $1 million this month, probably within the next few weeks, right? So sometimes you have to put it on you and sometimes you got to go in. What other people think may not be for you. It may be for you or who you know, right? And you tell them up front, right? It may not be for you. I just want you to sit down with me so I can show you what it is that we do. You may know someone that needs this information, right? I always tell people, if you had the cure for cancer and you knew my mother had ovarian cancer, would you tell me? Mute your phones, please. Mute your computers, mute your laptops, mute your iPads, whatever you're on, please mute it, right? They say, yes, I would tell you. Absolutely. This is the same thing. We have the cure for financial cancer, financial brokenness. That was T and Shay. Got paid on Friday, broke by Monday. That was our test. Now we have a testimony, right? Where you're trading, get your name out there. This is a big one, right? We tell people all the time, people will want to help you. And listen, you all, if they don't want to help you, I don't know. Because I'm going to tell you right now, and I'm not saying this has to be you, but this is me. I got a cousin that I love at a distance because she wouldn't help me. She wouldn't sit down with me. She got a whole life policy through AARP or something like that. She would not even sit down with me. Her mom, which is my aunt, my mother's sister, used to be an agent for New York Life. And she's the one that spewed all this whole life crap amongst my family. Her daughter will not sit with me. I love her, but at a distance. I talk to her on social media. That's it. Now, I'm not saying you got to be like that. That's me. This is what I do for my family, right? If you can't just simply sit down and listen, I'm sorry, that's a problem. I'm not saying you got to become a client. I'm just saying, listen, hear me out, right? Get your name out there. That's important, right? These are the type of people you want to sit down with. Learn by doing, hands-on training. You see me go through the presentation, you believe. Your new recruits, you got to get them in the field within 24 to 48 hours because when they see you do what you do, it's like cha-ching. We took Shaq on about 22 appointments. More than half became clients and 4, 5, or 6 became recruits. We saw him go through the motion. We seen the ups, we seen the downs. He collected checks. We were like, wait, hold up. We didn't have a bonus at the time. We saw him making money. All I can think about is, guess what? When I get licensed, we're going to be clocking in some dough. Dead presidents, Benjamins, cha-ching, direct deposits, do not replies. We got belief. You want that for your new trainees. People need this information. If I don't contact them, who will? Think about it. Up to this point, who has come to you, your family and friends about this? Who has come to you all? No one had came to my mom. Nobody was knocking on my mom and dad's door to educate them on life insurance, to educate them on retirement, to educate them on how to pay off their debt. My mom used to put paychecks underneath the mattress because of no lack of education on how to save money, right? How can we close the racial wealth gap with Black people putting paychecks underneath their mattresses? Think about that, you all. Nobody is coming to us telling us this information. I don't care, you know, what background you are. They're not telling people who don't have that 250,000, right? We got to get the word out there. Know what to say, when to say it, and how to say it. Now, obviously, I don't talk to my potential clients this way. I'm very humble, very, extremely transparent. Extremely. I want them to know, listen, I understand. I was once there. I had a policy I didn't even read. Got it, threw it in the closet. Knew nothing about it. Couldn't read the chart. Didn't even understand what whole life was severely underinsured and broke. Got paid on Friday, broke by Monday. Be transparent. They want to hear the struggle. They want to hear how you were able to get out of that struggle until where you are right now and where you're going. That's important, you all. Because what it does is it gives them light. It gives them hope, right? To sit down with you and see where they are in their own situations and where they can be. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. When Shaq came and sat down with T&I, it was pitch black. It was dark. The target was there, but we had no idea. We shooting around, right? Blanks. We didn't even have bullets in our gun. That's how bad it was, right? But when Sheila continued to follow up with T for about 6 months, I'm like, look, we already broke. Like, what harm can it do to find out what this woman is talking about and let her bring her trainer? What harm can it do? There is nothing, right? Thank God. Thank God Sheila did that. Overbook, 50% of appointments reschedule or cancel. You got to book it out, you all. You got to book it out. You got to be prepared. If this don't stick, I got another one. You got to be ready to get on them phones and book something else up, right? Mastering appointments is an art form. Once you learn it, it's like riding a bike. I promise you, right? You got to be convicted. You got to understand. You got to believe in what we do. You have to believe. Alternate choices on days and times. This is one that you've got to master as well, because clients will bojangle and hoodwink your time. We don't want that. You got to be solid on setting these appointments. They cannot waste your time. Now, will it happen? Absolutely. But we don't want it to happen all the time. We want to cut it down as much as possible. So you got to be solid. Be something about them wanting to meet with you. Have an expectation. They desperately need what we do. Expect for them to sit with you. What you focus on grows. What you believe grows. What you expect grows. I expect for everyone to sit down with me. They may not be a client, but guess what? I done planted some seeds, right? And they're going to get watered. I expect you to sit down with me, hubby and wifey at the qualified appointment. This is important, right? Because this happens a lot. I got to talk to my wife. I got to talk to my husband. Sheila and I had an appointment last week. We sat down with a couple, and the wife was going in to have a C-section 2 weeks ago on a Sunday, and her husband wasn't there at the time, right? Her husband was coming in late from work. He was supposed to be on an appointment. He came in late. So he came in on probably the tail end of the appointment. The appointment ended up going longer than expected because he came in late. She was getting ready to have a C-section on Sunday in a hospital during a pandemic with no life insurance. Think about that. A C-section, she's getting cut open on Sunday during a pandemic with no life insurance. And you got to talk to your husband. Check this out. Some decisions, wives, you got to make on your own. That's one she had to make on her own. I went back and forth with her. So Mrs. Client, let me understand this. Let me make sure I'm getting this right. So you're going to have a C-section on Sunday. You have no life insurance during a pandemic. So the risk of you contacting the virus is extremely high. Do you think that's smart and safe? What's she going to say? Yes? No way. No way she's going to say yes to that. We end up getting that app, right? So sometimes you got to have those uncomfortable conversations. You got to ask those uncomfortable questions, you all. C-section on Sunday, no life insurance, having a baby, you're not protected. You're a mom and you're a wife. You don't have any insurance. That is a no-brainer, right? Utilize the trainee. That's all you have in common with potential client. You got to use your trainees. That's important. This will be extremely helpful. We use a three-way character reference. And this is why right here, right? Because if that trainee has credibility, we're getting in on Zoom. We're coming in. We're coming in because they like that trainee. Now we're calling, asking about the trainee. Now we're about to kick the front door open. We're coming in doing a Zoom. We're about to educate that family. They're getting ready to change their lives financially. People will set up an appointment for one of 4 reasons: friendship, need, greed, and curiosity. How true is that? It's extremely true. We're talking about investments, greed, right? Friendship, important. Curiosity. People want to know, you know what? I do have a group insurance policy. You know what? I do have a whole life policy or a term policy. I'm not really sure how long the term is. I don't know how my whole life policy works. Well, what will happen if I leave my job? Can I take it with me? Right? They don't know these things. So with mastering setting appointments, it all starts between the 2 ears, right? The 6 inches between your 2 ears, right? It's how you think about the appointment. If you go on thinking it's hard, they're not going to want to sit with me. They already have it, right? They don't need this. Don't go in thinking that, right? We have a handful of wealthy clients, right? T has a friend who's a coach who didn't have any insurance, but he was self-insured, but he had it in a 401k for the past 8 years, not knowing that that wasn't a smart move. And this man is a millionaire. When you look at him, you would never think that, but he is. He didn't know that he should take that 401k and roll it over and privatize it. He had no idea. So don't think people know. Assume that they don't. And even if they do, you never know. You might have something that's better for them, better for their situation, right? So these are all the things that we got to get together when we master setting appointments, right? And just having that money motivation focus. You got to have that. It's genuine because it's how you make the money, you all. That's important. Setting appointments in the right market, 3 pointers or more, right? You are losing the game if you're not in the right market. You don't want to do that. You want to be in the right market. Now, when you become a soloist, I get it. I was sitting with everybody and anybody so I can get the presentation down. I get that. However, right, if you want to make that bread and you want to stay in the right market and get referrals in the right market, you got to sit down with the right market. That's what it starts with. 3 pointers or more. Set a goal to have a minimum of 5 appointments set for the next week before Saturday. Get to 10 plus appointments set for every week. So this is what we do on our team. This is a nugget. And I know this has helped Jen Lee, right? We hone in on our teammates, our leaders, to get 5 appointments set by Saturday training. We start on Wednesday, right? Then we rev it up on Thursday and Friday to have 5 appointments set for the coming up week by Saturday. Because guess what? If you're not kneecap to kneecap, belly to belly, like Shaq said yesterday, you are backsliding. You're not doing Primerica. I know you may be recruiting the world, but if you're not getting in front of families, educating them and helping them, you are backsliding. You are backsliding from the business. Master it, right? I remember before we were regional vice president, and I'm gonna pass it to my next trainer, we were competing with the other regional leaders just based off of personal premium. Because when my mom passed, my mom did not have this information. My mother was 65 years old, no clue. My dad, it was already too late because he's a lung cancer survivor. He was already stuck in a stupid trash value policy, so I couldn't save him, right? This motivated me. It inspired me. It encouraged me to get in front of everybody, right? And every time that freaking trash value agent comes in my dad's house, put him on the phone. I go off on him because he always trying to get my dad to increase the policy. That motivated me. It inspired me, right? I got to get to my people. I got to talk to everybody and let them know what this is, right? Because you're getting ripped off. We got ripped off. My grandma got ripped off. My granddad got ripped off. My uncle got ripped off, had a stupid universal life policy. So when you have that conviction and when you believe, you all, you will start mastering how to set appointments. And remember, you are backsliding if you're not going on appointments. All right. I'm gonna pass it to who's doing it next. So Jim Lee or Donald, which one of y'all coming up?
Donald.
All right, I'm gonna pass it to Donald. I'm excited about Donald. Has written 10,000 in personal before, has been able to replace his income in Primerica on his job in Primerica based off of learning how to master setting appointments, right? Donald can prospect someone, not saying do this. I know Eric Davis talks about being in a warm market, but he can prospect someone, disturb them enough so they can at least sit down with him and give them information. That's what I'm talking about, mastering setting appointments. All right, D, it's on you.
Okay, can you hear me, Shay? All right, all right. So this is Feethor. So we want to go through this real fast because Feethor is very important on setting appointments, and each letter has its own meaning. You definitely want to know the meaning for each letter. The F is for favor, the E is for excitement, the T is for training, H is for help, O is for opinion, and R is for referrals. So this is the basis of what you're going to be setting an appointment on. So when you're calling these people, as long as you mention these areas of the Feethor, you should be able to set an appointment. And just to give you some brief role playing on how you would call and set the appointment, when you call a person, you just say, hey, I need a favor. I'm really excited about a new career I'm starting. I'm going through training right now. I really need your help in order to get my license. I value your opinion, so I'd like to pop by. We're not doing any pop bys now. So you would just say, hey, I I need a favor. I just want to get you on Zoom for about 15 to 20 minutes. You may even be able to refer me to somebody. So that's very easy for you to set an appointment if you go through this script. You don't have to explain too much into what we're exactly doing at that point in time. It's just them doing you a favor. And if they're your friend, if they're your family member, then they will most likely allow you to come and present to them on Zoom. Next slide, Shay. So this is the character reference message, and we use a three-way character reference message to set our trainees appointments, and it's golden because we get to learn about our new trainee, and we also get to just set an appointment at the exact time and give them some information about what's going on. So Jim.
Mhm. So absolutely. So to piggyback on that, so the information that you get from the trainee, if you're calling their warm market, right, and they're telling you, listen, this person is always late, this person has anger issues, this person doesn't have a good character already. If you're hearing that from multiple people, they're liable to be exactly true. That means that person doesn't really have good credibility like that, right? So which means it's going to kind of be like a tug of war for you, not only setting the appointment, but also getting the appointment to stick, right? Now, for people that have amazing credibility, those are the people that we pray and hope for, right? They have great character. They're in their church. They're just all around good people. We all know that when we have good credibility, guess what? The appointment is liable to stick, right? So after you've gone through, usually with the work session, and you've gotten your trainees inventory list, there's a three-way text message that we send out. And it basically say, hey, I just started working with a company online part-time and listed you as a character reference. Please take a call from Jim Lee Kume or Donald Mason. They are also copied on this text. Now, we only send this character reference to qualified people, meaning machos, achos, and ACOs. Now, for those that are new, macho is married, M stands for married, A stands for ages 25 to 55, C stands for children, actual kids, right? Meaning dependents, not 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds, small kids. H stands for homeowner or renting, and the last one is O, it stands for occupation or employed. That is our qualified market. Do not set an appointment if these people are not qualified. You will be wasting your time, and you will also be wasting the trainee's time as well, okay? So that's the qualified market, and that's where we want to send those messages to. Now, when you get that message, as soon as the trainee sends that message out, as soon as they respond, you want to give them a call and set that appointment up. So you want to have a sense of urgency, right? So what we're going to do now, me and Donald, we're going to role play really quickly. Donald, you ready?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, go.
Okay. Ring, 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 ring.
Hello,
Hi, can I please speak to Donald, please?
this is Donald.
Hi, Donald, how are you?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
I'm doing pretty good. My name is Jim Lee Command District Leader. I'm actually calling in reference to Shay. You got a text message from her saying that I will be reaching out to you. Did you receive that text message?
Yes, I did receive it.
Okay, perfect, perfect. So Shay just started working with my company online part-time, and this is a character reference. So how long have you known Shay?
I've known Shay for about maybe 5 years.
5 years now. Okay, and how do you exactly know Shay?
Well, we met through mutual friends and family,
Mhm.
you know, gained a relationship through that.
Awesome, awesome. And can you tell me a little bit about Shay as far as her work ethic goes, her demeanor and her character?
Sure. Shay is very, strong-willed. She's definitely consistent. Um, she's oriented.
Awesome.
Whatever she puts her mind to,
Mhm.
she definitely gives her all to get it accomplished.
Okay, great, great, great. Those are all good qualities. Thank you for that. So we are in the financial service industry, and Shay may be handling money as well as taking personal information from our clients. Do you feel as though she has a high degree of integrity?
Yeah, Shay definitely has a high degree of integrity.
Mhm.
I actually, hold her at high standards in how she carries herself and just all out person. She definitely, exudes that integrity.
Okay, awesome, awesome. Thank you for that. So Shay's also getting licensed through the state of Maryland, and she has to undergo some training before she can get fully certified. Now, there are three types of training that she's going to have to undergo. The first one is licensing through the state of Maryland. The second is the classroom training, which we provide here at our office. And the third and final one, Mr. Donald, is the online training. Now, this is the most important because it allows Shay to see how we navigate through our presentation online. And it also allows you guys to see exactly what Shay will be doing, okay? So we like to say 20 hours in the classroom is like 1 hour online in the field, all right? Now, my question to you, Mr. Donald, does Shay have enough credibility with you and your spouse to where you'll help her out with her first online field training appointment? She's really excited about this.
Definitely, I'll definitely help her out.
Awesome, awesome. So what that entails will make it very easy for you. We're all going to meet. So it's going to be me, you, your wife, and Shay, right? We're all going to meet online through a web conferencing app called Zoom. Are you familiar with Zoom?
Yes, I'm very familiar with Zoom now.
Awesome. Yes, I know like the kids are using it, and are you
Yeah.
working from home, by the way?
I'm not working from home, but
Okay.
I know my kids definitely use Zoom for, schooling.
Yes, awesome, awesome. So I'm going to be sharing some information and concepts for you about, I want to say maybe 35 to 45 minutes. All that I ask for Shay's best training is that you and your spouse are available. And if you guys have any questions as I'm going through the presentation, please feel free to ask, okay? Because I'm going to be, Shay's going to be shadowing me and taking notes as well. So, and I'm also going to be asking her questions as well. So don't tell her, okay? So is that
Got
fair enough?
Sure. Yes, that's very fair.
Okay, awesome. So I'm actually scheduled to work with Shay Tuesday and Monday of this week. Which day works best for you and your spouse?
Tuesday would be best.
To be best. Okay, awesome. So are you guys more together in the morning times or in the evenings?
Evening times would
Evening
definitely be
times?
the best time.
Okay, awesome. So you're talking like around 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock? Which time?
6 p.m.
6 p.m.? Okay,
Hmm.
awesome. And let's also do this now. Let's set a backup time because I know things happen, life is life. So what would be another best day for you and your spouse between either Thursday, Friday, or Saturday of this week?
Thursday would be the next, best day for us to be together and listen into the
Mhm.
presentation.
Okay, awesome. Around the same time, 6 o'clock?
Well, let's do 8 on Thursday.
Okay,
Is
that
that is
works.
that available?
Yes, that works perfect. Okay, so we'll do 8 as a backup time on Thursday, okay? Well, thank you so much, Mr. Donald. I really do appreciate you taking my call. And by the way, has anybody done any financial work for you? Anything at all?
Um, Not any, professional financial work. No, just
Okay, awesome. So this is going to be great information for you, Mr. Donald. So I really do appreciate you, and I look forward to our meeting on Tuesday at 6 o'clock. And if that doesn't work out, we'll do a backup for Thursday at 8, okay?
okay.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Have a blessed day.
You too as well.
Boom. So there you go. You set the appointment. Now, granted, you guys, first doing this character reference, I was not as confident, right? But it definitely starts with you. You have to continue to do the character reference over and over and over again. It's not going to happen overnight, right? So you definitely have to get good at it, but that means you have to do it right? Go ahead, Donald.
Yes. So this is another way to set a appointment through the triangle offense, we like to say. And it's similar to the three-way text message. It's very effective. Now, we're not setting these appointments with people, uh, face to face with our trainee now, with the social distancing a lot. That's not, going on a lot right now, but you can still do a three-way call. A three-way call is definitely a great way to get a warm introduction from your trainee and allow you to set the appointment so that it's solid. So we're gonna do a role play right here, and Jim she's gonna call a potential appointment that we're gonna set, and I'll just go over exactly what I would say, setting an appointment. And this is a good way as well because it allows your trainee to see how you're setting an appointment. They hear you, they listen to you, and they can learn it faster this way as well. So let's go through it, Jim.
Okay.
So
Go ahead.
right. So I'd be, you'd be calling like Shay, and I'd be on the phone with you, and then you would, introduce me as, your trainee. So let's give Shay a call.
Okay. Ring, ring, ring.
Hello,
Hi, Shay. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing good. What's going on, Shay? So, remember when I told you that I had started working with this financial company?
Uh-huh.
Okay, awesome. So I actually have my trainer right here, and then he'll be able to explain more. Do you have a few minutes to speak?
I do.
Okay.
I have a few minutes.
Okay, awesome.
Great.
That's the phone.
Hey, how you doing there, Shay?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing amazing. How about yourself?
Awesome. Thank you.
All right. So Shay, I run a financial brokerage in Northern Virginia, and Jim Lee just started working with our company. Um, Actually, I'm really excited to have her on our team. And Jim Lee is getting licensed through the state of Virginia. She has to go through some training before she can get certified. And there are three types of trainings that Jim Lee will undergo. The first is licensing through the state of Virginia. The second is classroom training, which we can provide here at our office. The third is field training. And Shay, this last method is the most important because it allows Jim Lee to see real life situations. And we like to say 1 hour of a online Zoom training appointment is equivalent to about 20 hours in the field. Um, so would Jim Lee have enough credibility with you and your spouse to where you'd help her out with an online Zoom field training appointment?
Sure.
Okay, great, Shay. And what that entails, and we'll make it easy by just sending you our Zoom information. And it only goes for about 45 minutes to an hour. And we're just going to share some concepts and information. All we ask is for Jim Lee's best training is that both you and your spouse are there and, available, and that you ask a lot of questions. Is that fair enough?
Yes, that's fair.
Great. So Jim Lee is scheduled, to work on Monday and Tuesday. Which day works best for you and your spouse?
Let's do Monday.
Monday. Okay, great. And daytime or evening time would be better?
Let's do evening. Evenings work
Evening.
best.
Okay, so we got 6:30 and 7:30 available. What time will work best for you and your spouse?
Let's do 7:30.
7:30. Okay, great. So I'll put you down for 7:30. And I know things tend to come up, Shay, people, life, it happens. So if we can't do 7:30 on that date, when is a good backup date for you and your husband?
Let's do the following week. Same
The
day and
following week?
time.
Same day and
Mondays
time?
and Tuesdays
Okay.
are good for us. So let's do the following week, same day, same time.
Awesome, awesome. Appreciate it. And we're looking forward to presenting to you. You have a blessed day.
Awesome. You as well. Thank you. Just really fast, you guys, I want to elaborate on what Donald and Jim Lee just did, right? First and foremost, like Jim Lee said, that character reference is gold, no matter how you do it, three-way text or you just off the base calling the potential client. It's gold. Because here's the thing, you'll find out the type of trainee that you're working with, how much credibility they have, right? And what can happen because they will tell you when someone has a lot of credibility, the person on the other line, they talk a lot. I mean, they talk a lot. So you'll be able to understand exactly what's getting ready to happen with that trainee. That's why that character reference is gold. I love the FITOR. The FITOR is go-to. However, with the character reference and even the triangle, when you three-way or pass the phone off to your trainer, you're getting to understand, right, how that person knows that trainee, and it's solid, and it's an introduction for you, for that person to like and trust you. So the appointment has already started. When you get them on the line, it's already started. They're already gauging if they like you, if they can trust you, what type of information you're going to give them. It's already there, right? So when you're setting these